Living Local Carolina with Katie Turner. Local trends, shopping, dining, and more. This is Living Local Carolina.
You've been here since 1966?
Yes.
How'd you get into hair?
Well, I was in Georgetown, and they had a young lady that was working on King Street. That was a barber. And I used to admire her because during the day, she used to wear white uniforms, and they had the white jackets and the white pants and, shoes. And she was so immaculately dressed, Fast forward, because at the time, Mr. Thomas, which is my husband, Jerome W. Thomas, he needed a barber here on Myrtle Beach. So he had a nephew that lived in Georgetown. So he asked me to cut his hair and send him back over, and he would see whether, I was capable of cutting. So when he got back, he told me to come right away, because the young lady that was in here that was working, she met a man on the base, Air Force Base, and they got married and they were leaving. So he needed a new lady barber. And that's how I really got here, Myrtle Beach.
You just kind of got thrown into it, huh?
Yes, well, it was nice. It's nice, and through the years, we had oozes of people from the Air Force Base, because the Air Force Base was here. The beach itself was that we couldn't go over. At that time, we could not go over on the waterfront, but we could, be here on Carver Street, in which these are called, and they still do, but it's a Booker T. Washington area, but it was called a hill at that particular time. And all the businesses, we had quite a few businesses. Everybody had a business just about on this street. And we had pool rooms, we had eating place, the Patio Casino. They had a beauty shop down there, they had taxi cab. The people would come in from Georgetown on Wednesdays and Sundays. And the people here, it was just like New York. The lights never went out. They had people all night and all day. It was crowded all day. People would come and go. And at that particular time, we were working 12 hours in the barbershop, from 9 to 9 in the barbershop. And we would have people lined up all around to get haircuts. Yes. It was real busy back then, and it was nonstop. You would just love to stay on the hill back there during the day, because every day it was somebody different, and there were lots of people that you see every day, and we had a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm 77.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
I'll be 78 Valentine's Day.
You're still going strong.
Well, that's my age. I'm old enough to be somebody's mother in here. Yeah, I'm hoping to be here a little bit longer, not much longer, a little bit longer. Eventually, I'm hoping to have probably more barbers in here. Mr. Tuck and I, we are here, and my daughter, she comes in. Okay. Yeah, on certain days, she have appointments. We don't do appointments. Okay. We just do walk-ins. My daughter, she does appointments.
Okay. So where can people find you?
1403 Carver Street, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, 29577. Telephone number is 843-048-8283. Call at any time.
We'll be back right after this break with more Living Local Carolina.
This story is sponsored by SC Needs Help. Well, thanks so much for joining us today on Living Local Carolina. Today, I have the treat of being joined in studio by Philip from SC Needs Help. How you doing, man?
Hey, how are you? Thanks for having me.
I'm doing great. All right, tell me all about what you guys do. This was founded in 2018, but it's really turned into something much bigger.
Yeah, SC
since
Needs
then.
Help really started as helping out the flood victims. In the big floods of 2018, we started off with a warehouse and just getting gear for people and equipment and food and non-perishable items that they needed, and it's morphed into something much bigger than that. And now we're just trying to help people year-round, not just when there is a big event.
I love it. Adapting to whatever people need.
Absolutely.
At the given time. So what's on the docket?
In March, it's a great event, raises most of the money for the year. Our president, Andy Kemp, just does a really good job at it. He's a barbecue connoisseur, and so he kind of created the event, and we started out raising money for people in need, and now we use this event to fund our entire year.
So give me kind of an idea of what you guys do with the funds that you receive.
Well, just in the past year, we've adopted 50 kids from the Angel Tree program. So we're going to take care of 50 kids for Christmas 2023. And we have sent a family to Disney. Their father passed away unexpectedly. We sent the family to Disney. We purchased a vehicle for somebody that was in need out in Conway. So we just, whatever we can do to help, there's little things that you can do to help people to change their lives drastically. And as a community, we're able to do that as a team.
What has been the most memorable moment for you?
I think for me, the first smoke out at the boathouse was for Andre Pope. And Andre was diagnosed with cancer, and he was able to enjoy that event before unfortunately he passed away. But he was able to be there, shake people's hands, and see the event in action, which I think that is really, that's really important. Just a very special moment and a life-changing moment for me as well.
I was going to say, if somebody's watching this right now and wants to help out, wants to get involved, how can they do that?
Go on the web, scneedshelp.org. That will take you to a donations tab or a contact tab, and just send us a message, and we'd love for you to get involved.
Well, good morning, and thank you so much for joining us today on Living Local Carolina. Today, I am joined in studio by Keosha Garrett. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. We're going to talk about what you have been doing, your ministry, Shanevia's Dream Sickle Cell Clinic.
Yes, ma'am. I started a nonprofit this year in memory of my late sister Shanevia, who passed away from sickle cell complications back in 2021. It's been amazing, the amount of people that we were able to reach in Charleston, McClellanville, Georgetown area. It's definitely amazing. So yeah.
You truly hit the ground running when it
did.
comes to all the different things that you've been doing. What do you think is important for the community to know about sickle cell?
The important thing, one of the many important things that I feel that our community should know is that sickle cell is definitely a forgotten about disease. We need more awareness because it affects so many people. I had my second annual blood drive back on Shanevia's birthday, which was June 10th. And I had MUSC to come out to do sickle cell trait testing. And just this morning, I had someone to reach out to me telling me, hey, I got my results and I have the sickle cell trait. And she's about 20 years old and she didn't know. So it's like that gap between the communication from parents over time to their children. Sometimes they forget to let their kids know, hey, you have the trait. Try not to mate with someone else that has the trait because then their child will have sickle cell, which in my case, that's what happened to my sister because my mom knew, but my dad, he didn't.
So education is super important.
Education, most definitely, education.
All right, so if people want to stay connected with you along this journey, how can they do that?
Well, definitely, they can follow us on Facebook at Shanevia's Dream Sickle Cell Clinic. Also, they can reach us at shaneviasdream@gmail.com. If they want to inquire about blood drives, they can refer to the Facebook page, and we keep everyone posted there.
Perfect, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll be back right after this break with more Living Local Carolina.
Well, thanks once again for joining us today on Living Local Carolina. I'm joined in studio by somebody who truly, truly gives back to the community in many, many ways. Elliot Middleton, how are you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
I am so happy that you were on the show today.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Why don't you tell everybody a little bit about what you do and why?
Well, pretty much my name is Elliot Middleton. I'm from a small fishing village called McClellinsville, South Carolina. And what my organization does, which is the name of that is Middleton's Village to Village Foundation, we go around, we collect cars, and we fix them up and we donate them to folks in need, particularly in rural, unpopulated areas that does not have like Ubers, taxis, ways to get around. We help folks out like that and just try to make sure that if somebody is in need, we try to help them out as best we can.
And on top of that, you also have a restaurant.
Have a barbecue restaurant. We're going to reopen on January the 19th. It's located in Owendale, South Carolina. That's 5105 US Highway 17 in Owendale. And we also started our mobile food truck venture, and that you may see all around the Lowcountry in probably about 5 different counties so far.
I know you're going to say that it feels awesome, but how does it feel whenever you're actually able to donate a car, see that reaction? What is that like?
Well, the experience with that is the first one, it blew you away and you're kind of like, I like that feeling. So now you want to do it again, and you want to do it again. So it's it's very addictive, and it's not, just from the excitement, the surprise from them. You always want to be in, like, it's just addictive. You want more cars so you can bless more people.
Yeah. And why food? Why barbecue? Is it something you've always loved?
It's just living out in the rural areas. Like as a young man, you had to be around your great grandparents or your grandparents always cooking. So you always learned, how to cook. You've learned how to cook different things. You harvest different things out of the fields. So it's always, it's just always been a love of mine. And besides mechanics, it's always been cooking. So second part of my life, I wanted to venture off into food and beverage and, enjoy doing that, and wanted to still remain working on cars. It's a weird combination, but it works.
It's the best of both worlds, you know?
Yes, ma'am.
So tell me, what's in the works for 2024?
So right now, like I said, we just got through with our 100th car donation. We are in the need of more vehicles because, we get a lot of vehicles, and most of the vehicles there are not, up to par as far as getting back on the road. So we have to take maybe 7 vehicles, and then we may use those 7 vehicles to part out one to make another one work. So you may get 2 or 3 cars out of those 7 vehicles. So we're always hunting for cars. We're always looking for donations for cars. Just being able to get around and actually seeing the different situations in rural, unpopular, small areas. Food brings everybody together, and good things bring everybody together. So that's trying to do the best of both worlds.
You took the words right out of my mouth, man.
Yes,
I was
ma'am.
going to say the exact same thing. All right, where can people stop by and give it a try again?
5105 US Highway 17 in Owendale, South Carolina. Telephone number that you can call us at, and I'll answer that phone as best I can whenever I can. 843-928-4RIB. That's 4742. And you'll be able to contact us there all throughout the week. We specialize mainly in a lot of catering and carry out on this go around of the restaurant. So it's kind of like a carry out restaurant. It gives you more of a Pizza Hut vibe, to where you can come in, you can order, or you can do a delivery. We're working hopefully with 3 vehicles that we can always be out in the commute area. And also being that the fact that we're in a rural area, I'm offering deliveries to that rural area because, you got kids that live there, they'll never get a chance to experience the pizza man coming to the door. But you'll be able to hopefully get an opportunity to experience the barbecue man coming to the door. So that's one of the outlooks that I want to do for the rural area.
Don't forget to like our page on Facebook and follow us on Instagram and Twitter. How to use the QR code. Just open the camera app on your smartphone, iPad, or tablet. Point your device at the QR code so the QR code appears on your screen. Your device will recognize the QR code and show you a notification. Click that notification and you'll come to our website. Living Local Carolina, weekday mornings at 9:30 on WBTW News 13.